Hey guys, I tested some of the best ways to get candy eggs fast in Adopt Me, especially with the new minigame that just came out, and I wanted to share some of the tips with you guys. So my first tip is to try and always have an alt account with you. If you have access to two devices, it is always a good idea to log in from a different device and bring your alternative account with you. So just like this, and have them go on your back. If you do tasks for your pet, your alternative account, and their pet, you're gonna get both more bucks and candy eggs for you and your alternative account. Okay, what is wrong with this frog? Like, why is it not full? Okay, finally. Anyway, so if you do that, you can get up to 1,200 to 2,000 candy eggs per Adopt Me day per account, which could be a huge plus. Even though your alt account can't pay you the candy eggs, you can still buy stuff with them and then trade them to you on your main account. If you don't have access to another device and you can't log in from both your alternative account and your main account at the same time, I still suggest you log in from your alternative account at least once a day just so that you can play the board game, and I will talk more about that in a little bit. My second tip is to always get to the candy river through the gifts because it just teleports you there automatically without having to spend time walking all the way there. Also, I personally do not like this floaty that the game automatically gives you. I just find it to be very clumsy and the controls are very hard. That's just how I personally find it, so I always suggest to get a boat to get the eggs because it is not only faster, but also you do not hit the crocodiles with it. You can just go over them and nothing will happen. I mean, just look at them. They're so annoying. I just keep bumping into them and I don't even know how to avoid them with the floaty. Also, it doesn't only need to be with this specific boat. If you don't have any boats or if you prefer using a car, you can go ahead and do that. I've seen people use it all sorts of vehicles, and I've also seen people use rollerblades, so if you feel more comfortable doing that, you can definitely go ahead and do it. Also, if you get in the river and you try to spawn a boat or a car and it doesn't let you, just go ahead and try it for a couple times because sometimes it's kind of a struggle to get it to work, so don't give up on the first try. But I understand that not everybody has a boat and maybe some people just prefer using the floaty, so my advice for the floaty is to always go at night since the crocodiles will be sleeping and you can just go freely. You won't hit any crocodile and they won't bother you while you get the eggs. But make sure to go right when night comes because if you go closer to the morning, more eggs will spawn and you won't get all the amount of eggs, and of course you will hit more crocodiles. I hate these guys. Oh, and one other thing that I noticed is that if you do this while carrying your alternative account as a baby, they will also end up getting some of the eggs, which I really didn't expect that to happen because sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, but for most of the times I noticed that it does happen. In this case, I know that my main account got 3,006 eggs while my alternative account got like 2,500 eggs, which is pretty huge. So for the new mini game, my biggest tip is to always try and play in a private server because while I know it's not as fun as playing in a public server, you will end up getting more cheesecakes since there is nobody else to compete with, and you will end up getting more eggs at the end. For example, when I played in a public server, I got about half the amount of eggs that I did when I played in a private server. As you can see here, that is the only amount that I got for some reason. I don't know what I did wrong. That was about the first time that I played. But when I played in a private server, I ended up getting a lot of cheesecakes and I felt more comfortable playing without feeling the pressure of competing with somebody else. One other tip is to try and get all the boosts. So there are 4 boosts in this game. The jumping boost that will help you jump higher, the speed boost that will make you go faster, the cheesecake boost that will give you 1,000 cheesecakes, and the magnet boost that will just attract the cheesecakes to you, which is my personal favorite. I do advise you though to try and get about 5 jumping boosts because that will help you reach a secret area that has some extra eggs that you will not be able to reach without the jumping boosts. As you can see over here, I only had 4 jumping boosts, so I wasn't able to reach it, but I was able to get a few of them, which ended up helping me get a very good score. As you can see over here, I got 5,030 candy eggs, which I really didn't expect because I thought that the maximum would be 5,000 candy eggs like the other mini game, but I was really happy from these results. I think that getting the extra eggs in the game will help you reach this amount. So if you're having issues locating these extra candy eggs in the game, just follow the arrows on the walls. You can find them like this one here and they will guide you to them. Just again, make sure to get as many jumping boosts as you can because if you only have a few, it will not help you reach that. Okay. As for the waffle scruffle mini game, my advice is also to always play in a private server because there won't be anybody to push you out of the platform and you'll be more comfortable playing in general without bumping into other players, and actually that will help you get more candy eggs at the end. But as you might notice, you can probably see my alternative account playing this mini game with me in this case, and that's because usually if you keep another account with you, maybe your alternative account, even if you don't control them, they will still move on its own, and if you're lucky, it will probably get some eggs on its way, but if you're unlucky like me, it will push you out of the platform and you will end up not playing for a round. But it was all good at the end because I ended up playing with it for this round and it ended up getting me more candy eggs, so that's fine, but do it at your own risk. But if you end up choosing to play this mini game alone in a private server, it is also good because if you end up falling off of the platform, it will actually bring you right back instead of having to wait for a whole other round before coming back. As you can see over here, I fell and then I came right back for the next round, and that actually can help you get the maximum amount of eggs, which is 5,000 eggs per round, which is really good because if you do this for 1 hour and get 5,000 eggs every single time, you're gonna get 30,000 eggs in only 1 hour. So if you do it for more than 1 hour, you're gonna be rich, and that's only from this mini game. So if you do everything right, you're gonna end up with so much more. So another advice is to try and do the sugar dice task board every single day. If you do it every day, it will help you so much. You can get so many candy eggs and even get gummy guanas and the gumball caterpillar. So again, try and grind a bit with your alternative account, do your pet's needs and your alt's pet's needs. Once you reach 10 needs, you will receive 1 sugar dice, and when you do 30 needs, so 20 more needs, they will give you a second sugar dice. So I personally usually like to get to the board game by getting one of my dice out and clicking on the screen. Usually that will ask me if I want to teleport there, then I say yes. Once there, they will offer you a free dice every day, and it's very important to claim this dice from both of your accounts or all of the accounts that you have, because you don't have to do any tasks to get that one, and once you get it and play one time, they will also give you a second dice. So if you don't do any tasks, you will end up doing at least 2 dice, and that could get you a lot of sugar eggs. But if you do end up doing all the 30 needs and get all the tasks done for the sugar dice, they will also give you a caramel dice, which could be very helpful to get the jackpot of the day. If you don't know what the jackpot is, it is a spot on the board game that changes every day, that if you go on it, it will give you 4 extra dice to play with and 500 bucks. Usually to find it, I either check online or I ask in the chat, and usually people help me out. So I want to say, once you know what the spot is, try and calculate how many dice you would need to get there, and if you see that you're closer than 5 spots to it, I would just suggest to use your caramel dice and choose how many steps you need to get there. One thing that I try to always do is, if I see that I'm 6 spots away from the jackpot, I try to use one of my normal dice, because there's always a chance I'm gonna hit a 6 or less and I wouldn't miss my jackpot. So if I do hit the 6, I'm gonna get the jackpot, but if I don't hit it, then I can always get my caramel dice and use a different number and get the jackpot. This board game can also get you a lot of candy eggs, because every candy egg spot that you land on will give you 1,000 candy eggs, which is kind of huge, and it has also a lot of other gifts. So if I were you, I would play the board game every single day. Finally, my last advice is to try and join a mega grinding server. If you don't know what that is, I spoke more about it in my last video, so you can definitely go ahead and check that out if you're interested, because it will help you get candy eggs while you're AFK, which is kind of crazy, and it's amazing for the people who don't have the time. So if you guys do everything right, you can get about 10,000 candy eggs per Adopt Me Day, which is about 10 minutes. So if you guys play for 1 hour every day, you're gonna get 60,000 candy eggs per day, and that's only for 1 hour. So if you end up playing for over that, you're gonna get way more, and that's only from the tasks, the mini games, and the candy river. So all that plus the dice could actually end up in you getting way more candy eggs. So yeah, I myself still have a lot left to grind. I really want to reach about 5 million candy eggs by the end of the update, and I was thinking about making a candy egg shopping spree. So if you guys are interested in watching that, definitely do let me know. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Bye!